Hello everyone, welcome to CMI's digital classroom. So I hope everyone is very good in this beautiful weather. So till now we are learning about one of the most important practical mathematics, right? And we have learned some questions related to how can we solve the area of a rectangle if it is given. Okay, area of a square field or rectangular field or this type of shape we have learned, the cost of constructing, the cost of all the things, this type of problems we have learned till now. So now I have one question for you all. For example, you know one basic thing about the buildings and flats. How to find the area of a particular building or of a particular flat. आपको अगर बोला जा रहा है कि एक 5 तल्ला बिल्डिंग है या 4 तल्ला बिल्डिंग है, इसे बिल्डिंग ऑफ 4th floor or 5th floor, how we used to calculate the area of that particular building, that particular flat, that is now we will see. Because this is not a flat surface. In case of flat surface, we just multiply length and breadth and that's all is the area. But what about the case when 2 floors are there, 3 floors are there, or 4th floor are there, or we can say when instead of with length and breadth, the height is also there. Okay, so how we can calculate that type of question? One more question is there for you all. Suppose I am telling one room is there and the room is of 30 meter or 30 centimeter will be very small definitely. So suppose I am telling 10 meter. One room is there of 10 meter length, okay, and breadth. Length is 10 meter and suppose the breadth is 6 meter, okay. So 10 into 6 is the room. How much long of bamboo you can keep over there? कितना लंबा आप एक बैम्बू या तो आप रॉड बोल सकते हो जो ये आता है हम लोग का, तो वो जो स्ट्रेट होता है उसको हम लोग कितना लंबा तक रख सकते हैं? सो यू माइट से आप बोल सकते हो कि डेफिनेटली इट विल बी ऑफ 10 मीटर ओनली बिकॉज द लेंथ इज ऑफ 10 मीटर ओनली, राइट? लेंथ 10 और ब्रेथ 6 हमने लिया है तो लेंथ 10 का है तो 10 का आना चाहिए, बट इट इज नॉट करेक्ट. व्हाई? बिकॉज हियर द कांसेप्ट ऑफ डायगोनल इज कमिंग. Okay, because this room have a definite height also. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग जो भी इसमें चीज रखेंगे वो सिर्फ फ्लैट में ही रख सकते हैं. हम लोग डायगोनली कॉर्नर से भी रख सकते हैं. हम लोग इस तरह से भी कॉर्नर से कॉर्नर तक ये करके प्लेस करके रख सकते हैं. So today we are going to learn about this type of questions in today's class. So first of all, let us review the questions related to that. So first thing which we have is how to find out the diagonal of a room. How can we find out the area of 4 walls of a room? Okay. So the first thing to find out the area of a 4 walls of a room. Suppose this is a room and these have 4 walls. So how can we find out the area of this particular room? We will see here. So first thing, in this room we have length also, breadth also and height also, and we know to find out the area of a room, what is the process? Length into breadth, right? And in case of height also coming, what we will do? And what is the formula? Parameter is 2 into length plus breadth, but here if the height is also coming, what we will do? Just we will multiply height also with that, that's all. So if you want to find out the area of 4 walls, so what we will do is 2 into length plus breadth multiply height. So the formula will become 2 into L plus B into H. That's all. So 2 into L plus B you are knowing, and just you have to multiply the height also with that. Okay. Next what we have is the diagonal. Suppose this diagonal you want to find out. Okay. Now the room is 4 wall room is there and you want to find out the diagonal of the room. So in that case the diagonal of the room we can find out by the root under length square plus breadth square plus height square. So the sum of the squares of all the things L, B and H will be the diagonal of the room. तो आपको रूम का अगर डायगोनल निकालना है, वेरी सिंपली रूट अंडर L स्क्वायर, लेंथ स्क्वायर, ब्रेथ स्क्वायर प्लस हाइट स्क्वायर करना है, एंड व्हाटएवर द फाइनल आंसर विल कम दैट विल बी द डायगोनल ऑफ द रूम. एंड यही डायगोनल निकालने के बारे में अभी मैंने बात कर रहा था, एंड दैट विल बी द प्रॉपर हाइट लेंथ what you can keep in a particular room, right? So these are the two things about the four walls of a room. इसके हेल्प से आप जितने भी four walls related questions हैं वो आप solve कर सकते हो इस chapter में. So we'll see some questions definitely. Before that, let us go through the how can we find out all things about of a square. So suppose I am taking a square A B C D. So you can see all the sides of the squares are same, we know. So let us consider as A. So A are the all sides of the square. So first thing which it comes is the area of the square. So area of the square, so very easily you can say that side into side, or length into breadth. So it will be A into A. So A square, right? Or side square, whatever you will say. So very simply, if it is asking to find out the area of a square, so we will find out with the help of side square or A square, right? Now, if suppose the area is given and you want to find the sides, then how we can find out, right? So it maybe happens that the area of a square is given and you want to find out the sides of the square. So just opposite of that, the area of, if you want to find out the side of a square, then it will be the root under area. So whatever the root under area, that will be the side length of the area, side length of the square. Okay. Now we have the diagonal. So sometime it may happen that you have to find out the diagonal of a square when the sides are given, right? So how we can find out the diagonal of a square when the side measurement is given, right? So the formula to find out the diagonal of a square when the sides are given is root under 2 into sides, right? Root under 2 into A will be the diagonal of the square. Okay. Now next thing what comes is the area of the square when the diagonal is given. So very easily you can find out the area of a square if the side is given by just using the formula area side square, right? But in case of suppose side is not given, diagonal is given, then also we can use the formula half into diagonal square. So if you want to find out the area of a square when the diagonal is given, we will use this formula, that half into the diagonal square. So you can see, if you see this square is made up of two triangle, right? So diagonal, if you divide this by diagonally, you can see the two diagonals, two triangles are forming. That is why we used to multiply by half and the diagonal square. Okay. So then let's see the next, what is the parameter of the square. So parameter of the square, very easily you know parameter means the sum of the all the sides. So here all the sides measurement are same. So instead of adding all the side, you can just very simply multiply by 4. So 4 into sides will be the diagonal of the parameter of the square, which is we used to write as 4 into sides 4a also. Okay, so this is all about the formulas which will be useful in the next questions which we are going to discuss now. So let us see some questions related to this type of formulas. So here, if you see the question number 9, it is asking there is a hall. Okay, so the length and width of the hall is given, that is 10 meter. So 10 meter is the length and 10 meter is the width also, and the height is given 6 meter. So this type of question, as like I have informed, I told you all earlier also, that now it is asking that how much long pole we can keep in maximum length of the pole which we can keep in this particular hall. It is asking. So the length of the hall is given 10 meter, breadth of the hall is given 10 meter, and the height of the hall is given 5 meter, and it is asking that how much maximum length of a pole which we can keep in this particular room. So some of unknown persons, अगर किसी को अनजान या जो इतना अपना डीपली नहीं सोचेंगे, वो सिंपली बोलेंगे कि नहीं इसमें तो मैक्सिमम 10 मीटर का ही पोल रख सकते हैं क्योंकि लेंथ 10 मीटर का है, राइट? बट ये सही नहीं है क्योंकि हम लोग इसको डायगोनली रख सकते हैं, राइट? So we will find the diagonal of the room, right? So we have learned here to find out the diagonal of a room. We know the formula root under length square plus breadth square plus height square, right? So we'll use the same formula over here. The question is asking to find the length of the diagonal of the room. So we'll find the first length of the diagonal of the room is equal to L square root under L square plus B square plus H square. We'll put the value of L, B and H. Then the equation will become root under 10 square plus 10 square plus 5 square. So 10 square is 100, 10 square is 100, 5 square is 25. So we are getting finally the root under 225, which is the square of 15 meter. Okay, so the final answer will become 15 meter. That means we can keep a 15 meter long pole, maximum 15 meter long pole in that particular room. उस रूम में हम लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 15 मीटर तक का पोल रख सकते हैं, जिसका हाइट जिसका लेंथ 10 मीटर है, ब्रेथ 10 मीटर है और हाइट जिसका 5 मीटर है, ठीक है? तो दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस वेरी इजीली वी कैन फाइंड आउट विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस फॉर्मूला रूट अंडर L square plus B square plus H square. So fit this formula into your mind. Rest of all this type of questions, if any type of questions asked, you can solve with the help of this concept only. If we talk about the next question, which we have question number 10, this is very easy because it is asking about the find the area of a square whose side measurement is given. So the side measurement is given 8.5 centimeter and 8.5 meter, and you have to find the area of the particular square. So very easily we know to find out the area of a square, the formula is side square, right? So side square means side measurement is given 8.5, so 8.5 square. So if you find the 8.5 square, you will find 72.25 meter square. So 72.25 meter square will be the required answer. So question number 10 types of questions also, you can very easily find out if the side measurement of a particular square is given, then you can find the area just multiplying the same thing 2 times. That means length into breadth or the square of that. So जो भी साइड मेजरमेंट दिया हुआ रहेगा स्क्वायर का केस में, उसको हम लोग स्क्वायर का केस में उसका स्क्वायर कर देंगे, ठीक है? So this is all about question number 9 and 10. Now let's see the next question. So now let's move to question number 11. I am taking question number 11's second one. The diagonal is given. You have to find the area of the square. Very easily, we know the formula to find out the area of a square when the diagonal is given. Just few times back we have learned about that. So you know half into diagonal square. So very simply we will put the value of which it is given in the second question. So half multiplied by 4 meter square. Okay. So the area will be half into 2.4 square meter square, right? And after that finally if you cancel out this all, you will get the answer 2.88 meter square. So 2.88 meter square will be the diagonal of the area of the square when the diagonal is given. So very simply, this is how if any measurement, the diagonal is given of any measurement, very simply you can find the area of the square by using this formula, half multiplied by the diagonal square of the diagonal. Okay, very nice. Next, let's move to the question number 12, which it is asking, now you have to find the diagonal, you have to find the length of the diagonal. Okay, just opposite of that. Sometimes we have to play with the formula. If you play with the formula, you will see you can make several formula with the help of one single formula. So here you will see, we know the area of a square is equal to half multiply diagonal square, right? So now if you multiply this 2 into this side, then the diagonal square will be equal to 2 multiply area of the square, and diagonal will be equal to root under 2 multiply area of the square. तो यहाँ पे एक फॉर्मूला था हम लोग का, एरिया ऑफ ए स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू हाफ इनटू डायगोनल स्क्वायर. हम लोग ने एक फॉर्मूला डिराइव किया, डायगोनल इज इक्वल टू रूट अंडर 2 टाइम्स द एरिया ऑफ द स्क्वायर, राइट? So now this formula will be help you when the area of the square is given and you want to find out the diagonal. So here the same thing is in question number 12. The area of the square is given 1600 meter square. 16200 meter square, 16,200 meter square is the area given, and you have to find out the diagonal of the square, right? So here diagonal of the square, say we will know the formula, 2 root under 2 times area of the square. So we will put the value 2 times the area of the square, 16,200. So 2 root under 2 times 16,200. So if you multiply this, you will get 180 meters. After multiplying, if you find the square root of that, you will find the answer 180 meter, which will be the required length of the diagonal. Okay, so therefore the length of the diagonal will be 180 meter. So very simply, by playing with the formula like this, you can find the any value, right? So first most important thing, you no need to remember any formula. You have to just understand the concept of formula, and with the help of that you need to derive the other formula also. Okay, so I hope till now you have understood up to question number 12. Let's see now if any such type of question is there. Let's come to question number 14. So in this question it is asking the area of a square room is given or square plot is given. There is a plot, square plot, whose area is given, and you have to find the sides of the square plot first. Okay, so after finding the sides of the square plot, you have to also find the required length of where that can go 4 times the sides of the square. Okay, so first of all, because area is given, first you have to find out the one side of the square. Okay, so we know when the area of a square is given, how to find out the sides of the square. So the formula we have learned is side of the square is equal to root under area. So root under area means root under 6084, which is the required area which is given in this question. So the root under 6084 means 78 multiplies 78. So root under 78 multiplies 78 means 78 only. So 78 meter is the length of the one side of the square, right? So here you got the length of the one side, then you have to find the perimeter of the square. Okay, so first the perimeter of the square will be 4 times the length, right? We know that this is because this is square, so one side measurement is given 78, so the all sides measurement, that means the parameter will be 4 times the sides measurement. So 4 times 78 is equal to 312. So 312 meter is the parameter of the square. So first the area was given, area दिया हुआ था, हम लोग ने एक साइड निकाला, एक साइड निकालने के बाद हम लोग ने पैरामीटर निकाला, अब पैरामीटर निकालने के बाद हमें ये निकालना है कि वी वांट टू नाउ बाउंड दिस 4 टाइम्स। तो 4 टाइम्स हमें इसको जो है वेयर को घुमाना है, एक वेयर लगाना है जिसमें 1 टाइम में 1 पैरामीटर, 2 टाइम्स में 2 टाइम्स पैरामीटर, सो 4 टाइम्स पैरामीटर। सो दैट मींस 312 meter multiply 4 will be the required length of the wire which it will require, which will come 1248 meter. Okay, if you multiply 4 times 312, you will get 1248. So 1248 meter length of wire will be required to round this 4 times. Very simple question is there. You have to understand the question first. You have to relate that with the formula, okay, and you have to put in the formula. That's all. So this is why in the beginning also I have told you all about the formula to understand the basic concept behind the formula. So now I hope you can able to do in your homework this whole exercise. Okay. So 20A's list of all questions is your homework. Thank you. Have a good time. Take care and bye bye.